Hello there everyone, this is Assistant Lecturer Sabrina Abdelkalam, your lecturer at University of Al-Zahra, Department of English, first stage. I hope everyone is doing well and fine and is being safe while staying at home. As you all know, we have been going through this coronavirus and we have to resume our classes online. That's why I started Google Classes, and that's why I opened this YouTube channel so you can follow up. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I will explain everything as clearly as possible. If you have any questions, you can leave your question right here on this channel. You can leave your question on the Google Classes and I'll be happy to answer every and each question you have. So we're going to start this course with the drama, Leaving Poetry Behind. We have the second type of literature, which is one of the major types of literature. We have drama. So let's focus on this word or this term, drama. The pronunciation of this word is drama with a J. Why? Because I have told you that any DR you find, you pronounce it as J. So you say drama, not drama, drama. Okay? So we say drama. So this course will be all about drama. And before I give you a clear definition of the term, I will be giving you a fun fact right here, this picture. Okay, you should understand that this picture is actually really important. We have two masks, 1, 2, happy, sad. We have a happy mask and a sad mask. So what do they mean? Actually, this is the symbol of theater. Wherever you have a theater or wherever something is concerned with drama, you might see these two masks together. Why? Because it's the symbol of theater or drama in general. So where do these masks come from? It actually comes from the Greek or the ancient Greek drama. There they started using these masks in order to have more influential face when they act or they perform in front of an audience. So putting on a smiling face or a smiling mask or a sad mask would give a more influential side of the actor's feeling. So that's why we have today, or till this day, these two masks are actually the symbol of the drama or the theater specifically. So we're going to start with the first term, which is drama. Okay, so we are going to consider this term from two perspectives. 1, educational, 2, the literary perspective. So number 1, in educational terms, drama means مادة المسرحية. Okay, يعني in simple educational terms, it is one of the major types of literature that views a certain play in the form of a text. So, which means the book actually. Okay, when I have a book, I open the book, I read the text of a play. This means that I'm reading drama. Okay, يعني عندي كتاب، إذا أفتح الكتاب وألقى نص المسرحية، هاي راح أسميها دا أدرس مادة المسرحية. Okay, this is only for educational purposes. So, we study the subject of drama and how the text was formed and considered to be a piece of literature. Okay, so this is for us, for the educational purposes. Okay. However, if you dig deeper into the meaning of drama from a literary or from a more literary perspective, it has actually more meaning to it. Okay, so from a literary perspective, it refers to the performances in which actors impersonate the actions and speech of fictional or historical characters, or sometimes even non-human entities, for the entertainment of an audience, either on stage or by means of a broadcast. So, from a literary perspective, we have a much more deeper understanding, which means that the text is used to be performed. Okay, so there is no study of text actually going on. Actually, the text is done or written for the sake of being performed. Okay, so we have the performance, we have actors, we have action, we have speech, we have characters, okay, which might be either historical or fictional, okay, or even non-human entities. Maybe a person wants to show he's a tree or something, okay, for the entertainment, and we have an audience. So a text is written, or a piece of drama is written for actors to perform the action, the speech, the characters in front of an audience, okay, which might be either on stage or it might go on broadcast or TV. أو بمعنى آخر يعني المسرحية هنا شنو؟ ليس فقط دراسة المسرحية ككتاب أو كنص، لا، وإنما يتضمن البرفورمانسز اللي قلنا، الفعاليات، الممثلين، الأكشنز، السبيتش يعني الحديث، الكلام، الأحداث، كل هذني يتضمن أو متضمنة بمعنى المسرحية. Okay, there is an audience, there is a stage. تمام. So drama is usually expected to represent stories showing situations or conflict between characters. So it means it's not just a boring script. No, it is a script that has to be performed, that has to be seen by an audience. Okay, so this is the meaning of drama from a literary or more literary perspective. Okay, now we move on to our second most important term that we should know about, which is the theater. Okay, in British English it's actually spelled with an RE at the end, but we are going to consider, or we are going to follow the American one, which is ER. So what is the theater? It is the live performance by actors in which the action is precisely planned to create a coherent and significant sense of drama in time, space, audience, framework. So what does that mean? It means that we have a theater that has or includes real actors. Okay, we have people here. We have these people are going to perform an action. Okay, and they have these elements. They have the time to perform the action. They have a certain space, okay, which is the stage to perform the action. They have the audience which perform the action, or which actually see the action, and we have the framework, which means we have a script. We have directions that the actors must follow in order to perform their acts or their play. So the term theater also includes the building. Okay, we know that المسرح, okay, البناية, it is a building. Okay, so theater does not only include the actors and the action that go inside the building, it is even the building itself, or some call it the playhouse. So where the play is performed. Everything related to this building, whether it is the actors or the things they do, whether it is the audience, or whether it even the smallest details like the masks, the costumes, the scripts, the scenery, okay, everything that is going on inside this building, in order to show you a successful play, it has to do with the term theater. So what does theater mean? It has taken from the Greek, or from the Greek drama, it means the seeing place. Okay, so it is the place where you see a performance. Moving on to the next term, we have play. So a play is actually a more general term. So whether we read a text, whether we see a performance, all of it is included in the meaning of play. So it is a term that may be applied to written text, okay, or we say as well as the actual performance of the text on stage. Okay, so it also includes the performance. So We say, I am reading Shakespeare's play. I cannot say I'm reading Shakespeare's theater or I read Shakespeare's drama. No, I read or I am reading Shakespeare's play or I am watching Shakespeare's play. Okay, I cannot say drama or theater. I say I watch Shakespeare's play. So, the play or this term is actually more general than the terms that we have already discussed. Now, after I've clarified the three terms, let's start with drama. We have to know a historical background about drama because we have to understand how, when, and why it started. So before I start with explaining these points, let me tell you about a Greek god. Right here. We have the Greek god Dionysus. Dionysus was one of the most famous gods of the ancient Greek history. He was the god of wine, fertility, and he was very much praised among the Greek people. So, with clarifying this ancient Greek god, let's start with a Greek drama. So, because of this Greek god, Dionysus, we are actually talking about the 6th BCE century, right here, or the 6th century BCE. So around this time, there was this Greek god, we said, his name is Dionysus, and he's one of the most popular gods among the Greek people. He is the god of fertility and wine, and some even used to call him Bacchus. Okay. So, people, and because he was one of the most popular gods among the Greek people, he was worshipped in many different ways in ancient Greece. So, one of the first known rituals that people used to praise this god was singing songs. So, people used to worship him by singing songs, and this is called dithyrambs, right here. So, this was the earliest forms of drama. Only singing songs, which are called dithyrambs. Okay, so it started all from these songs, and these songs slowly evolved into the theater, or the building. So, where the songs were not only sung, but performed with action as well. So, it was singing and singing and singing until these singing or these songs were turned into actions also, and then the songs were accompanied with performances, and that's how the theater slowly started to form. So it was believed that one of the singers started to act out the song, and little by little more performers came to perform this song. So, who was the first one who started to perform or to act out the song? The first one to act out the song was known as Thespis. So, Thespis, he was actually the first one who decided to not only sing the song, but also to make some movements, and these songs actually had some action in it, so it was possible for Thespis to act out these songs. So, he was talented and easily changed from one character to another, and later even started to use masks. So, he not only sang the songs, he not only acted or changed from one character to another, he even started using masks. Why? To make the performance even more effective. This singing songs using masks and acting, or this ritual, evolved as well and became more like festivals. So it became more common to praise Dionysus in the way I have just explained, or in occasions such as festivals. Where did they act it? In the city of Athens, okay? And this place became the central place where Dionysus was praised, and a theater competition was held to pick out the most successful playwright and work. So, these festivals slowly turned into competitions, and they wanted to know who was able to be the most successful in his work. So, What would the winner win? The winner would have the luck to have his play supported with necessary costumes, masks, and other necessary material needed to make the act even more interesting. So, if you win, then you get even more theoretical supplies in order to have your play or have your act become even more successful than it already is. So in order to give you a closer look to how the ancient Greek theater looked like, here's a picture where you can see how it actually appeared in that time. You see that the theater is in open air, so there's no ceiling to the theater, okay? And here, number one, here we have the chorus or the singers would stand in the middle, known as the orchestra. So the singers who would sing stand right here in the middle. Number two, which is right here, this place, the actors would perform behind the chorus, known as the skene. Here, this is where the actors would stay and where they would perform their act. And the number three, which is right here in a half circle, the audience would sit on the surrounding tribune, or known as the theatron. So people, which sometimes even reaches to 17,000 people, would sit right here watching the singers and the actors perform and worship Dionysus, the god of wine. Now, over time, more and more theaters started to be built, and more Greek drama started to appear, and more competitions and festivals were held. So today we still can visit theaters that have successfully survived all the ages. One of the most famous theaters that have survived is the Theater of Dionysus. Okay, so it was named after this Greek god, the god of wine and fertility. It's located in Athens in Greece. It was built in the 6th century BCE, so that was a really long time ago, and it could hold up 17,000 people. So this is the place where the people were able to sit right here, and here this is where the chorus would stand, or the orchestra as we have called it. The singers here would sing their songs and give directions, or the major directions of the actors, and this is the place, or this is the stage, or the skene as we've called it, where the actors would perform. They would wear their masks, their costumes right here. They would change maybe their costumes. They would enter here and reappear here. So it was really, really interesting. I hope you can visit this place one day. And if you go to Greece, you should definitely look this place up because it's really interesting and amazing. So I also want to show you the famous Greek playwrights. So, of course, there were many playwrights who used to compete with each other, but I'm only going to tell you who the most famous Greek playwrights are and whose works have successfully, or part of their works have successfully survived. So this one is called Aeschylus. Okay, he was very, very famous. He wrote many plays, but very little survived. Sophocles, this guy right here in the middle, he has written also many amazing Greek drama and many plays. Also, not many or not much of his work survived, but it was Oedipus Rex that managed to survive and which we'll be studying, of course. And we have here Euripides, which is also a famous Greek playwright, also wrote many different plays, but very few survived. So to sum all of the things up we have discussed, we should know that the characteristics of Greek drama are very easy. So Greek drama or the plays were performed for special occasions. So as I said, there are festivals going on. Okay, so these festivals which included the competitions between the playwrights. So Dionysus was worshipped, and the plays that were presented or competed against were written by Sophocles or Aeschylus or any other playwright. Okay, so there was a sense of competition. Okay, actors and playwrights competed, and winners would be awarded. What was the reward? As I told you, the playwrights were given more costumes, more masks, more things to make their or to improvise their plays. Okay, there was a chorus. Okay, so which means that there was this orchestra which I told you about. They were singing. Okay, or singing was an important part of the Greek drama, and the chorus consisted usually of men only. The men would go from 3 or to 50. Now, what was the story about? The stories performed were based on myth or history. So both of these include the character of Dionysus, or the god, or their god, the one they believed in. Okay, so it was used to worship him, and the audience, it was believed that only men were allowed to attend. Those who did not attend were publicly punished. If women or slaves would attend secretly, they would have been, or they would be punished as well. So the performers were only men, the orchestra were only men, the audience were only men. It's all about men. So that was not very fortunate, but luckily that changed. So here you have the 5 characteristics that I want you to know about. So hereby I end my lecture, Introduction to Greek Drama. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have understood the information I have placed here on the slides. Of course, I want you to look at this video more than one time. You cannot only memorize it, but you can understand it more if you repeat it. If you still feel that you have a question or something that's not clear, feel free to ask me. Leave your question down below, and I'll be, of course, answering them. You can also give your question or ask your question in the Google Classroom. I will be answering any and every question you have. Have a nice day further, and try reading something about the play Oedipus, written by Sophocles, and see you in the next lecture. Bye.